If you are like most people, there are a lot of things that you would like to change about yourself. Maybe you wish you could exercise every day of the week, or procrastinate less, or study instead of surfing the web, or get up early every morning, or stop smoking. In this video, I will show you the scientifically proven method to change your behaviors, your habits, and your life for good. What's going on, guys? Dr. J from MedSchoolInsiders.com. Chances are that you've already read books, blog posts, and watched countless videos on how to build good habits in place of your bad habits. Problem is, you still have not changed because you've only been attacking the problem from one side. Here, we will go over a scientific method to actually implement the changes you want to see into your life. This video is based off an excellent book written by Dr. Sean Young titled Stick With It, a scientifically proven process for changing your life for good. If you like the content in this video, you will definitely enjoy the book. Link is in the description below. Now, there are two steps to the process of creating lasting change. First, you must identify the type of behavior that you are trying to change. Second, once you have determined the behavior type, use the appropriate techniques and methods to elicit change. So step 1, identifying the behavior type. The ABCs describe the three types of behaviors. First is automatic. Automatic behaviors are those that we do without conscious awareness. It is almost impossible to stop ourselves because we are not even aware that we're doing them. They are therefore the most firmly ingrained behaviors. Examples would be biting your nails or unconsciously slouching with poor posture. Next are burning behaviors. This refers to those activities you do because of an irresistible urge. Burning behaviors are the second most ingrained behaviors because of feelings that seem impossible to resist. Examples include constantly checking your phone for Instagram likes, or checking your phone for emails, or feeling the need to play a video game. The third type is common. Common behaviors are the most common behavior that people try to change. These are the least ingrained but are still very difficult to change. We do them repeatedly and consciously. An example would be wanting to eat junk food rather than exercising, or hitting the snooze button on your alarm clock. Step 2, implement the appropriate techniques. Now that you've identified whether your unwanted behavior is automatic, burning, or a common behavior, the next step is to utilize the appropriate forces to elicit a change. There are 7 techniques in your toolbox, and the easy way to remember them is with the acronym SCIENCE. That stands for Stepladders, Community, Important, Easy, Neurohacks, Captivating, and Engrained. Now let's go over each one in order. First are stepladders. Dr. Young suggests a 3-tiered model: steps, goals, and dreams. We all have lofty goals, ambitions, and dreams, and there is nothing wrong with that. But it is critical you understand that having dreams is not what will push you through the day-to-day that life puts in your path. Dreams are lofty goals such as becoming a plastic surgeon or a movie star. Goals are more quantifiable and would be something like getting 1 million subscribers on my YouTube channel. Steps are even smaller, bite-sized chunks that direct you in achieving your goals and your dreams. If you focus on your goal to become a physician, that will motivate you, but it will not last. You will end up planning large steps that are so big that they can't quite get done. You will get discouraged and you will quit. Science shows that people have a better chance of success by focusing on small steps. And when I say small, I mean tiny. So if you want to be a doctor, start small and break it up into steps. Rather than completely focusing on getting into medical school or residency, instead break the task down. You need better grades. How do you do that? Study more effectively. And how do you do that? Start by doing 2 hours of Pomodoro per day for 1 week. Then next week, go up to 3 hours of Pomodoro every day. Or maybe you need to start doing flashcards every day, but still start small with just 10, then 20, then 30 cards per day. Start small and slowly build. Number 2 is community. Dr. Young breaks down the science of why cults are so effective and turns it around to teach us how to train ourselves to implement good habits. Effective communities yield great power in influencing us to change our behaviors. These effective communities utilize 6 principles: the need to trust, Because when people trust other community members, they are more willing to learn, they are more open-minded, and they are more willing to change. The need to fit in. People need to feel like they fit in with a community of people. The need for self-worth. People will keep doing things that make them feel good about themselves. Building on this improves self-esteem and keeps members motivated. The need for social magnet. This is a symbolic magnet that draws between community members and keeps them working towards a common goal. The need to be rewarded. People like being rewarded for good behavior. And the need to feel empowered. People need to feel like they are in control of their lives to satisfy this need. So how can you implement this in your life? Let's take exercise. To implement community with exercise, you could either join an online community on Reddit or a fitness website like Scooby's Workshop, or you could find a group of workout buddies in the gym that align with your goals. 3 is important. Conventional wisdom says that there are motivated people and others who are lazy. If you've been unable to go to bed early, or watch less TV, or eat more healthfully, you may consider yourself lazy. But scientific research shows that this is not accurate at all. The problem may be that you just don't understand the importance of doing it. People are more likely to change if they're motivated and understand that the behavior change is important. What things do people find important? The 3 biggest ones are money, social connections, and health. If you can tie your behavior change to one of these 3, you will impart it with great importance and increase the likelihood of being successful with your desired behavior change. Only you can decide what is important to you. For me, I exercise regularly because it's important to my health and to social connections. Being stronger allows me to do the fun activities that I want to do, it prevents illnesses and injuries, it makes me feel more energetic and happier, and I look better with my shirt off. Number 4, easy. Once upon a time, a man named Joseph Coulomb owned a convenience store, but a 7-Eleven opened up in his neighborhood and he was having a tough time keeping up. Growing frustrated and unable to change customer behavior so that they would patronize his stores, he took a vacation. And he went to the Caribbean where life was easy. It was easy to think, easy to drink, and easy to make decisions. There was one restaurant within walking distance from his hotel, and the Hawaiian-shirted waiters were happy to direct him to the limited list of places to visit and sightsee. Joseph realized he needed to bring this lifestyle to his stores. How could he do this? By making the shopping process easier. Rather than offering customers a variety of options as to what they could eat or drink, he would offer just a few high-quality, targeted selections. He rebranded his store as Trader Joe's. Next time you shop at Trader Joe's, the floral patterned shirts on the employees will remind you that it was all inspired by Joe's trip to the Caribbean. The moral of the story is to make things easy. This is one that I've mentioned multiple times on this YouTube channel. People want to do things that are easy for them. Small changes in the environment can make big changes in your behavior. It's easy to eat healthfully if you don't stock cookies and chips in your pantry at home. It's easier to go to the gym if it's on your way back from work and you've already packed your gym bag the night before. This is one of my personal favorites because of how powerful it truly is. It's easy for me to use a standing desk at home because I simply do not have the option to sit when I'm working. Number 5, Neurohacks. Dr. Young describes neurohacks as shortcuts to reset your brain. Conventional wisdom teaches us that behavior change begins in the mind. Change the way you think, and then you will change the way you act. But instead, Dr. Young suggests that you make a small change in your behavior and let your mind reflect on that change. You're exploiting the importance of self-identity in our behavior. If you want to be a nicer person, don't tell yourself that you're a good person. Just start helping others and you will become a good person. And the self-identity will make it much easier for you to stay a good person. When Benjamin Franklin was running for his second term as a clerk, one of his peers delivered a long speech that attempted to ruin Ben's reputation. Mr. Franklin ingeniously used a neurohack to win over his enemy. Knowing that the man proudly owned a rare book, Ben contacted the man and asked to borrow it. Flattered by the request, the man quickly sent the book over, and Ben in return wrote a nice thank you note. This small act changed their entire relationship dynamic. The man realized that Ben wasn't an enemy because enemies don't loan each other books or act graciously. This changed his identity and he began to see himself as Ben's friend rather than his foe. The man was now committed to doing nice things for his friend Ben. In an interesting study, researchers had two groups of students listen to the same advertisement. One group nodded their heads up and down while listening, while the other group shook their heads from side to side. The group that nodded their heads rated the ad much more positively. This goes to show how our behaviors can influence our perceptions. So how do you apply this powerful technique to your life? If you want to stop procrastinating, then start a self-help group or podcast on how to stop procrastinating. It's hard to procrastinate yourself when you're the leader of a group that teaches others not to procrastinate. There's much more to Neurohacks beyond what I can cover in this video, and I recommend you read the book to learn more. 6. Captivating. People respond to rewards, but not just any reward. The trick is that the reward needs to be incredibly powerful. Captivating. There are multiple things that can serve as captivating rewards. From social rewards to psychological to good health, freedom and independence, the list goes on. Here are 5 methods you can use to actually make something captivating. Make doing the right thing fun. Most of us believe that doing the right thing can't be fun, like eating healthfully. Number 2, use the carrot instead of the stick. Fear motivates people only for a short while. Positive incentives are much more powerful. 3, money is not the best reward. Money is rewarding for some people and only up to a certain point. Number 4, forget using education by itself. Educating people on the toxic effects of smoking is not enough to get them to stop. And number 5, make the activity itself rewarding. This can be done by gamifying the actual activity or by providing social capital, self-esteem, and fun by participating. And number 7, ingrained. The last force is to ingrain the habit. Our brains are amazingly efficient. We try to make tasks easy. Driving to work or school takes very little thought and effort because the brain has recognized this pattern and easily places you on autopilot. The secret to making things ingrained in the brain is repetition. If you do the same thing at the same place at the same time every single day, you are telling your brain, this is important, this needs to be remembered, start making this easy for me. So if you want to meditate every day, build a habit and set an alarm every morning that alerts you that, hey, it is time to meditate. Pairing new behaviors with habits you already have also increases the likelihood of them sticking and becoming ingrained. So for me personally, every time I watch TV, I have made it a habit to stretch. It is now ingrained that before watching TV, I will grab my yoga mat and my foam roller and get that much needed mobility work while watching TV. So finally, let's put it all together. Now that you've identified the ABCs and are familiar with the 7 tools, it's time to make the magic happen. The more tools you use, the more likely you are to make a behavioral change. I do acknowledge, however, that it is nearly impossible to utilize all 7 for every single thing that we want to change about ourselves. So here's a quick summary to determine which tools are the most effective for each behavior type. With automatic behaviors, easy and ingrained are the 2 most powerful, but neurohacks and captivating rewards can also be helpful. With burning behaviors, easy and ingrained are again the 2 most powerful, followed by neurohacks and captivating rewards, but stepladders, community, and important are still effective. With common behaviors, the most important one is community. After that, try to utilize stepladders, important, easy, captivating rewards, and ingrained. There was a lot in this video, so feel free to rewatch this from time to time and use it to reference your own behavior and strategies to change your habits. Thank you to all the Patreon subscribers that help make videos like these possible. If you would like to support Med School Insiders, then please check out our Patreon page where you can get t-shirts, vote on upcoming videos, listen to my exclusive commentary, and more. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you press that like button. New videos every week, so hit subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in that next one.